ready to leave.
All right, welcome back, folks. This is Steve. I've got Tango Oscar Mike down below, and I got the arrow pointing right this time. I got Smoking Ape over there on my side. How are you all doing in the chat? It's good to see you here again. Say hi to all your friends. If you're catching this on the replay, pound team replay. Hashtag team replay. I got to get that right. So leave any questions that we missed down in the chat or any comments that you got for us, and we're just going to kind of have some fun. We're hijacking Goodgame Ham Radio and Outdoor, or K5ATA. We're hijacking his stream time because he's got work or something. I don't know what he's talking about. How you doing, Ape?
Good. I'm glad to be here. It was funny because he was saying in the Discord that he had some meeting come up that he could not get out of. And then we were just kind of like, well, there's an open slot. Let's just go ahead and steal it.
Mine.
So that's it for me.
All right. Tom, how you doing?
Good. Like I said, I was running around like crazy right before this. Almost missed it. I had to get everything hooked up real quick. So.
You in a redesign or something like that?
No, I had to run out to the store, and then I came home. And on my way home, I stopped at my nephew's, and he 3D printed an enclosure for me. And I was trying to get that all set up. And once I start on a project, I just get all involved in it.
Yeah, I got I got one of those ring lights. I'm constantly fighting the light fight when I'm doing these videos, and so I just mounted that behind my webcam over there, and I think I like it. But it was cheap Chinese light. I paid like $35 for.
Yeah,
could have got me a Balfang and a bag of jerky.
Worth every penny. Can't do that.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so
you're messing with the screen over there too.
I was messing with a little bit. Yeah, how's the old ham radio stuff going, fellers?
Good. Getting ready for Winter Field Day.
We're all trying to keep up in the chat.
Yeah, no, I put an antenna up a couple days ago, and I'm content with it. But I think I'm going to try one more tomorrow and see how that goes.
That is excellent.
Or maybe remount the one that I got. We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
So I swung into the club shack today, and the retirees in the club were hanging out, and they started talking about Winter Field Day. And we had plans that the weather didn't cooperate. We were going to go out and camp out on one of the frozen lakes and set up and just stay the whole weekend there. A friend of mine's got some nice campers all set up and ready to roll for that kind of work, wood stoves and everything inside. It would have been a blast, but the ice isn't thick enough. So they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we never mentioned this, but Saturday we're going to be here for a couple of hours at the club shack playing Winter Field Day. Oh, okay. Guess my weekend's back on, fellas.
Are you gonna go down and play with them, or?
Yeah, I'll go down and hang out for a little while. We've got I've had a video a while back about putting up a tower, and we run a 20-meter vertical off of the tower and fed half wave with a 49-to-1 on it. So
cool.
Nice. What are you doing, Tom?
I plan on being out on the property here, out in the backyard somewhere. Haven't decided on what shelter. We're going to be like straddling that freezing rain, snow line like all weekend.
Right. So just absolutely miserable.
Yeah. You know what? I'd rather have it super cold and snow than rain and mud.
The wet gets you. You should get yourself an old broke down school bus for that property, and that way you can go out there and sit.
I wanted to get one of those cargo containers. I thought about getting a couple of those. I have a buddy that has a couple of them, and he was telling me because I have a big shed on the property, but the mice get in it like crazy, and he's like, oh, I got 2 cargo containers and no critters get in there. He said there's no spiders or anything in it. And he said it'd be great. And I was like, yeah. And they make a shorty one. I think it's like 10 by 20.
Mm-hmm. And my wife's like, bury it 30 feet underground and
bunker.
My wife's like, no way. You're not putting that anywhere on our property. She likes the aesthetics the way they are.
Well, you can paint it. You can paint a mural on it.
You can put fake windows on the outside and make it look like it was meant to be there.
Yeah, I'll camouflage it and put it down the woods.
So my wife went to one of those she sheds, like a little shed out back for all her girl stuff.
The problem
Yeah.
with those containers, though, if you get some of the cheaper ones, they kind of smell like seawater inside.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there's I'm sure you can get some bad ones. There's places that will sell you like they say like claim like brand new
Hmm.
or refurbished, excellent condition, like $2,600.
That doesn't seem
And
right.
yeah, and I can tell you right now, I paid more for than, than the wooden shed I have that you walk in it and the floor's bowing in it now. So
They say they can
repair.
refurb them, but there's some stinks you can't get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yep,
So
I'm
what's your wife
sure.
do out in her she shed, Abe?
She doesn't have one right now. The front and dining room. Since we got locked down on COVID, they've been adding stuff to that room, like a sewing machine, and then they got one of those Cricut like laminator sticker iron on Christmas ornament maker machines, and they got paints, and they just got tons of stuff.
Now imagine if you tried to put radios
So
in the dining room. They wouldn't have had that.
well, yeah. Well, I have one of the bigger rooms is above the garage. It's probably about 15 by 20, something like that.
Nice.
Might be a little bit bigger, and it's packed wall to wall with all my crap, my camping gear and computer stuff and radio stuff, and so I mean, it's away from everything, but in terms of chewing up space, I really can't complain too much.
Excellent. So we were trying to figure out
And you
what we
have
were
a
going
bigger
to talk about, and over in the Toads Discord, Sir Pinky, if that's your real name, I highly doubt that, was talking about some interference that he's getting on FT8. It looks like, I mean, the only thing I can think about would be power line.
Yeah, it's a mess. I saw those pictures. It looks like he's got something going on over there.
So I would think for
I
go ahead.
was gonna say, I wonder, is he getting interference when he's using just SSB, or like does he have a waterfall on his radio, and is he seeing similar interference at other frequencies and other modes, or is it just FT8? Because if it's just FT8, then I would look at something in his house, specifically something around his computer would be the first place that I would look.
Yeah, I mean, I think the very first thing I would do is go battery powered. Even if it's just hooking up to an old car battery temporarily,
Yeah, sure.
and
Yeah, yeah.
turn off the whole house.
But I've had
Well,
problems. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say I fought an RF problem here at my house for a while. And I work from home, so during the day when my wife wasn't home, I go down and shut off all the breakers, and the noise would go away, and I turn all the breakers back on, and the noise wasn't there. I'm like, what turn off all the, I had to remember to turn off all the UPSs and everything else that we have in the house, and then I turn everything back on, and I wouldn't find any noise. And 10, 15 minutes go by, and all of a sudden the noise would start up again. I'm like, what the heck? Is it here? And it ended up being a old network switch I had downstairs. And after 10 or 15 minutes, it would warm up and the fans would kick on. And that was causing
Yeah,
all the noise.
I had a problem where, so had a pretty low noise floor for me, somewhere around an S3, and then just out of nowhere, boom, S9 plus, and it just total hash all over everything. Like, what just happened? And so I start going around unplugging all the stuff and looking for night lights and LEDs. I figured it was an LED, and I can't figure anything out. So I'm just sitting there staring at it, and all of a sudden it just goes away. But what happened? So I go in and I say to my wife, "What did you do?" And she's like, I didn't do anything." I'm like, "You did something. What did you do?" She's like, "I didn't do anything." I was like, "You didn't turn anything on? You didn't turn anything on?" She said, "No." So I sit back down and I'm, playing around, and sure enough, the noise comes right back. Turns out she was charging her iWatch, which has like a little thing that it sits on, and that little iWatch charger created all that noise. And
It's one of those
so I
inductive
was like, I'm gonna throw
chargers.
that iWatch charger in the trash. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
It was driving me crazy. And then I was talking to another guy. This was a while back, and he was having a problem where every now and then he would just get crippling, like S9 plus, noise floor go up, all this interference. He couldn't figure it out. It was his sump pump in the basement was kicking on, and whenever it would kick on, it would generate all this noise. But I think it was because he had some kind of goofy not like a generator, but like some battery powered US power supply that would recharge after the sump pump ran. Then it would go into a charge mode, so we always have emergency power for it or something.
Yeah, the ones where it comes and goes, those are the hardest to find. If it's a constant noise, it's like those ones are, the easy ones to find.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, the food processors, even though it's off when it's plugged in, it makes noise. We tend to
Right.
unplug everything around here when it's not being used.
So Mike K at MRD saying
Yeah,
he
I don't
doesn't
remember
like
who
your
it
shirt,
was.
Tom.
Uh, this is which one's this? 2016 championship. Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Well, I would always say is no matter where you go in the country, there's always the Pittsburgh fan. It doesn't matter which bar you go into or which restaurant. There's always a Steelers fan in there making a bunch of noise. But Tom, you seem
Yeah,
pretty reserved for one, so I'll cut you some break.
yeah. No, I'm not a huge. I used to be a big sports fan. I mean, I used to watch tons of hockey and tons of football. And to be honest, I hardly watch any anymore. I mean, I'll catch a game occasionally, but
Ham radio is too exciting.
it's just one of those other things. It's like I don't have time. I follow the sports, like I'll keep track of it, like through the news and like what the scores and stuff were last night. But I just can't sit there and watch the game.
Yeah, I used to be a lot more excited about it than I am now, and it just kind of got to one is I would get too emotionally invested in a game that I had no reason to be even, because sometimes I would bet on football. Well, I did it a lot. I was betting on football to make it exciting, and then like all the guys in my neighborhood, they all bet on football. So then I got in the pool, and then it would be like a Seattle and 49ers game, something I could care less about, but I'm like watching it, and it just wasn't worth it. And so I stopped, and then the more I think about it, the less excited I am to watch these guys get paid all this money and just all the drama that has been going on with sports. And then um,
Yeah.
with all this is where I'm going to sound like a complete leftist, but like when you have all these people who are needing these COVID tests and medical care and all this access to this stuff, and they're like, well, we're testing the athletes 3 times a day, like I've known people who to get a COVID test and they have to wait 7 days to get it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. You know what I mean? It just kind of makes you care care a little bit about it less.
Yeah.
Chuck's like, what? The 49ers rule. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I still like sports, but it's definitely not as important to me as it once was.
Yeah, I tend to watch other stuff, other sports. Like I still like to watch off-road racing, like the Dakar rally and that kind of stuff. And I just saw today that some car broke the world speed record, new supercar. That's
Right.
I think it's made here in the U.S. It did like 286 miles an hour, something like that,
Nice.
on the old space shuttle landing pad, landing strip in Florida or something like that. So
Those people are crazy. The ones that
Yeah.
do all that extreme stuff. I get on those motorcycles and speed around I mean, I guess it's cool, but I think they're nuts. You
So
don't see me doing it.
Daniel says he watches eHam Sports, and I am a world famous ham sports athlete. Weekly competitions, training hard.
Get those bonus contracts. Yeah.
I'm waiting for my sponsorship. I got to get a better radio.
You got a 7300. You should be good.
Well,
Here we go. Chuck's in the house.
I'm holding out for a sponsor. That's all. I pledge allegiance to whoever sends me the most expensive radio.
There you go.
How you doing, Chuck? Welcome.
Doing good. How are you guys?
Good. You're all set up. You got a nice microphone.
Listen to that
going?
mic. Yeah, he stepped up his game there.
Oh, I'm trying to get stuff squared away. That's what I wanted to jump in, see if it actually works.
Oh, we're your test rig. I see.
Yeah. Well, why not? Test with friends, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
It was interesting. Rhea mentioned the
sounds
other
good.
night
One of my buddies from work called me today. Go ahead. I was just bullshitting. Oh,
No, so was I. I was gonna say, Rhea was
Great, Tom.
somebody mentioned Flex Radio in the chat, and I was looking for that information that Rhea talked about the drone being controlled by a Flex Radio, one of the Predator drones. I thought that was pretty cool, but I didn't. I looked for the article. I didn't find it yet, but I think that would be interesting. So yeah, Flex Radio seems to be getting a lot of press lately.
Yeah, they're pretty cool for sure.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of parts to those things though, but I'm not complaining. I definitely wouldn't mind playing around with one.
I don't
And I was
know.
saying,
It doesn't have a knob. That's going to be weird.
you probably can get one of those little plug-in knobs or whatever.
The Maestro.
Yeah, you got the Maestro. Yeah.
There's a guy's name's Michael Thompson, so he might be Chuck's cousin. He's in the somewhere up around Delaware. He's in the Discord a lot, and he took an old mouse that had a wheel. I'm sorry, the trackball of the mouse, and he built it into this like metal box, and he put a big knob on it so he could control his SDR with a knob on his radio. I'm like, man, that guy's a crafty SOB. I don't know how you figure out how to do that kind of stuff, but it was really cool.
Yeah. That stuff is neat.
I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
Yeah. I'm putzing around with stuff. Like I said, before you guys came, I'm putzing around with this
Pretty good.
tiny enclosure for a 4-inch Raspberry Pi screen. So
Nice.
trying to make a little portable thing. That little 4-inch screen is 800 by 480.
Is that the one you did the video on the other day?
Yeah, it's really clear. You can do WS-JTX and JS8 call FL Digi on it, but those windows only shrink so small, so you can't fit the whole window on the screen.
It's like almost big enough.
Moving it around so you can see all the features. But it'd be usable in a like last resort type situation, but still playing with it.
There's a version of WSJTX for low resolution screens.
Is there? I'll have to check that out then.
Yeah, I mean, you lose a lot of the visual stuff, but there's one of them out there.
Yeah. All I care about in like JS8 call, all I care about is the chat window and call signs coming up. See what's coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't use that stuff too often, but I do.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of value out of the waterfall on the PC screen for FT8.
Oh, I don't either. In fact, I just get rid of it.
I live and die by that waterfall.
And that's why you're not winning FT8 off.
Right.
That and not having a call sign.
Yeah. And speaking of all this, I'm on a bellyache for a minute. It's probably not so much bellyaching, but so the new firmware release for the 705 is supposed to have enhanced Wi-Fi capabilities where you can make your 705 a Wi-Fi access point. Now, it's not a bridge where you can take your Wi-Fi access point and connect it to an internet connection and then use a device to connect to the 705 to connect to the internet. I get that, and I don't really need it because I can use the GPS from the 705 to populate the time on my Raspberry Pi, right? Makes sense. But I cannot connect more than one device to the access point on the 705. So I can connect my Raspberry Pi to it, but I can't connect my Android tablet so I can remote control my Pi through the 705. And that burns my ass.
So we're just going to go for the language thing now.
Right.
No apologies.
Yeah. All bars off.
I'm going to have to...
But when I was like, oh, this is sweet. This is sweet. That's exactly how it went.
Yeah. That's weird, though, for an access point. They don't allow more than one device, but maybe
the next version of the firmware.
And they had to go through a lot of trouble to limit it to one device.
Yeah.
Right. You probably takes more work to do that than open.
I don't know, Ape, your internet's a little slow tonight. Nebraska, not like got a rainstorm or something going on?
Now, I'm sure it's the kids with all the Roku TVs. So we now have 3 Roku TVs. So all the TV goes through the internet. So I guarantee that's what it is.
That's why you need to go through that 705 hotspot. You can only watch one TV at a time.
Right. This is the new access point, everybody.
Yeah.
And Brooke, I got your, I thought this was going to be football tonight. The replacements, I guess. Good job there. That's GTO.
Yeah, that was me. No, so we were talking before you got on, and Goodgame said he's not going to make the stream tonight, and Ape just immediately was like, "Let's take it." I'm like, "Great! What are we going to talk about? What's our thumbnail going to look like? Who are we going to have as guests? What? Like, and we just threw it together at the last minute. So we replaced him. So we're the replacements. See how clever I am?
You are.
That was a good movie.
Ape made that thumbnail himself.
Sure
Did he?
did.
Got out
It's
the
not too
crayons.
bad.
Abe's stepping up the game on those.
Finally, Jason's here.
Jason finally made it.
But yeah, Tio's like, well,
Oh,
what are we
that
gonna?
Jason.
Tio's like, what are we gonna do for a thumbnail? And I'm like, I don't know. Let me see what I can find.
Good evening. Am I coming through?
Yes, I read you 569. How are you doing, Jason?
Doing good. I was not expecting the invite this morning, so had to rush home from work. And my wife and I kind of share the same computer, so I had to pull that out of the house back into the garage here. It's a Balming 57, and yes, I can't handle the cold.
It's 6 here. I don't want to hear it.
Well, it's 57 in the garage. Outside, maybe, I don't know.
It's probably 60 in here, and I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. But
Show me them legs, Abe. No, don't.
I don't know if I can get one. I don't know if I can get one up that high. Let's see.
No, we haven't seen anything from you in a while, Jason. Where you been hiding?
Yeah. I've been doing a lot. You know, one thing is I've been doing a lot with the shack here between a new mixer, redoing all my cabling. I've been installing these little hooks, which then I run my cables, kind of like a wire rack, a new power supply and batteries. And then I just built this table. I don't know how much you can see behind me.
That's
We can see a green
I'm
screen.
building a second studio back there.
Oh, that looks weird, looking up your skirt like that.
So I just built this desk, which the green screen is kind of covering. But anyways, yeah, very busy, just actually enjoying radio and projects. You know, it's so hard sometimes to both create and enjoy the hobby, and of course, wife, kids, work, all that stuff.
It's actually kind of funny you mentioned that, because I run into that too. Like, I really enjoy making the content, and I really enjoy doing the thing that I'm doing on camera, but doing the two things at the exact same time is not as enjoyable. It's not like it's twice the fun. It might be like a third. So,
Right, and somebody comes along and tells you how much your video sucks.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Or your music, your background music's terrible.
Right, why were you making that face?
I was born with it.
Hey, come on, man.
Oh man.
no.
Jason,
There's
long
so
time
much
no
to-
see, man.
Yeah, Chuck, we're so far away from each other.
I know.
I
Like
think Chuck and I are
15
about a
minutes.
half hour, right? Or
A
15.
half hour. Well, probably about half hour.
And
I don't know
we've
where you
only
actually
had-
live.
Yeah, we've only had one IRL.
Yes.
Do you guys know what that is?
Yes, we do.
That's what they call it in a real life, right?
Yeah. I'm just trying to, stay hip.
Yeah, you're about 10 years late.
Well, in that hat.
It's cold in California, man.
I don't know. I wear this almost all winter long.
I wore a hat so you guys wouldn't get too much glare.
Thank you.
Yeah, same here.
Hey, you probably get this all the time, Jason, and I'm sorry if I offend you. It's coming from a spot of love. But I was going to get a picture of Ralph Macchio and put that in there for your thumbnail. Does anybody ever say that you look like Ralph? Have you ever gotten that before?
I'm not sure if I know who that is.
It's the Karate Kid guy.
Oh,
Ralph Macchio.
yeah. Okay, I could see that. I mean, we probably have similar physical build as well.
I was like,
Especially
put
Yeah,
now.
a little bit.
that in there.
No,
see if anybody
not now.
notices.
Yeah, he's doing that other show right now, right?
Yeah, Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
That's
Yeah.
funny. So there's this video on YouTube where they go through the entire Karate Kid movie in the opposite perspective. And, Ralph Macchio's a jerk, and he's always trying to, get his way in and muscle his way in and bully those other kids around. And you watch it, it's like, I can see that. I can see that now. Like, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That's actually how Cobra Kai is. There's a scene in Cobra Kai where Johnny tells his side of the story, and when you hear him tell it, it's like, wait, Johnny's the victim all along. I didn't
Yeah,
know it.
nobody
Right.
knew.
But what's good about it is it kind of illustrates there's two sides to every story, and the truth is always in the middle. Everybody's got their slant or perspective on it.
Yeah.
Another one they did like that is It, the original It with John Ritter in it and Tim Curry. They've changed that so that he's the clown that brought the whole town together, and it's just a heartwarming love story, Hallmark movie. And again, it's like, I see it.
They did it with Star Wars, and they were saying how the
Empire
the
did nothing
Federation,
wrong.
Right. Well, the Federation is just trying to have law and order across the chaotic galaxy where people are fighting over all of these things. And then you have this band of rebels who are constantly attacking. And then you have these Jedis who practice their cult-like magic. They just paint the story. And it's like,
yeah. The one video game I played, it was kind of told from the story of, the Empire, and they were like watching the Death Star get blown up, and they're like horrified all their friends were on that. It's like, how many families and people were on
I had 3 more days until retirement.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Death Star had a different name for the Federation, like if they called it something else, like the
Happy Moon or something.
Right.
Well, I guess they kind of do it like our government does. We'll just make an acronym, and then it's exactly the opposite of what the name is.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention one, but I won't.
You mean like Affordable Care Act?
Yeah, something like that, or Patriot Act.
Yeah.
So did you guys talk about Winter Field Day at all?
We did. What are you doing?
We did.
Oh man, going up on a mountain here in Vacaville. Just a very small group. We got access to a piece of private land. Actually, I had to fill out a release and liability because I don't really know the guy. I'm not even sure if the gentleman is a ham, but it was an old Army Navy site from the 40s or 50s, and it's a fantastic structure. But we're not going to use the structure. We're just going to be on a piece of dirt. And so we're about 3,000 feet up, and the overall average terrain around this area is about 100 feet. So it's pretty good as far as that goes. And I recently got my hands on a brand new antenna. It's multi-band, and I'll be deploying it then. I can't tell you until then about it, but I'll be kind of highlighting.
Top secret antenna.
It is. It has not been on the market yet. They don't have, a quantity to sell, so that's kind of an issue. But it's going to be really exciting because it's 6 through 20, and I'll be able to get it up there and get that thing out. And hopefully we'll be able to make a good amount of contacts. What's that?
Well, I was just wondering, Jason has kind of the same thing. Jason and Jason, you guys both have the same antennas?
It is the same antenna.
Oh.
But I cannot confirm nor deny. I did once again apply for a special event. If you're not familiar with that, it's actually quite easy. Might be too late right now. Normally about a week or so it takes. But if you punch up through ARL and just type in special event, it'll filter you through the appropriate website, which is not with the league. But we applied for the second year. Well, I guess I did. So I planned last year's, and I'm doing a mini one this year. But we'll be November 6 whiskey. So look out for that. I updated QRZ. And it's always fun when you get a bunch of guys together to be able to just run one call sign, and then you can kind of push all your points together. But we're not in it to win it. Just, say hello.
Hey, can I come up and just do 2 and 6?
Maybe, Chuck. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to. You have to sign a non-disclosure.
Oh, okay.
Can't take pictures of the antenna.
Now, see, Ape won't sign a non-disclosure, but Chuck will.
I have my own antennas.
Yeah, we're hoping for good weather. It might be kind of scattered light showers, but I've got a Jeep. Chuck, you got something 4-wheel drive, so.
Oh yeah, I can pull you out.
What radio are you taking, Jason?
The best radio they make, really. Honestly.
Oh, a 991A.
The Zygo G90.
Yeah, I must say that's probably one of my most successful videos. You gotta love how everyone loves gear, but I'm guilty as well. But for me, it did everything I wanted to. It was at the price, and I've got some Motorola gear in the shack, but the Motorola stuff is kind of limited. I had friends help me program it, and then that's it. I really can't do anything on the fly. So it was great to get a radio in here that goes everywhere, all band, all mode. But if you got extra money, at times I wish I had an HF radio sitting next to a VHF radio in the shack. But then getting out and deploying it, it's pretty cool to be versatile, especially because I'm going to be doing some C4 FM simplex contacts up there, and that will be worth 2 points.
Have you ever got the guy out of Auburn that runs the 10-meter one?
No, I don't think I have. Is that a weekly net?
Yeah, well, it was. I don't know if it still is. I got to see if I can email him again. But I listened a couple of times, never did hear him. But you know how 10 is right now, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it boiled down to me too. I looked at the same radios you did. I looked 7300 and the 991A, and I wanted to be able to do sideband 2-meter, and that was the decision. That was really, otherwise I may have bought a 70. Oh, look at there he is.
Y'all are kind of on my lawn, gentlemen.
Is this frequency in use?
Once
Yeah.
we're here, you know.
I
Hard to
told
get
him.
us out.
I told him not to do it. That's actually why I was here. I was like,
Yeah,
"You boys are
I'm
going to
sure that's why you were there.
be. You boys are in big trouble. Wait
He's
until
watching
Steve
us.
gets here."
Yeah, and what is that on your head, Jason? It's
Beanie.
California. It can't
It's a
possibly
toque.
be cold in California.
It's almost 60 degrees in my garage right now, so I can take it
It
off.
snowed last night, man.
He's indoors.
California.
He's indoors with that.
yeah,
hat on.
you're inside.
And a coat.
Goodgame comes on the stream here and he says, "I've been running this frequency for the last 25 years. We've got a net that meets at 7
We have a
o'clock."
net that starts. This is my 80 meters.
Or are you talking about my hair? Were you talking about my hat or my hair?
I'm
Because
talking about whatever
it
that
appears
mess
you
is.
don't.
Is that real? The hair
It doesn't look real on camera.
looks.
It appears you're missing both.
Yeah, and I don't want either. Although I do have to wear one of those hat things every now and then.
Took me a minute to
The
get
la-
that joke, Jason.
It was like a dad joke.
We are good at that.
Sound a lot better. Good game.
What's that?
You sound a lot better.
I feel a lot better. I'm not dying anymore. My caffeine intake's back to normal.
Last week on the stream, I'm like, "Is this MF going to croak?" You know, you gasping for air a little bit. Didn't sound so good. I'm glad you're back on the mend.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
So you
Was
toned
it-
it down now that he's here, Dave?
What's that?
You toned the language down now that he's here?
Yeah, well, it's a teacher.
y'all had the swear jar out, huh? The barrel.
I made a few mistakes. I didn't mean to. It was an
Just a-
accident.
Oh, he apologized for the first one. The second one, he's like, "I'm just gonna own
Yeah,
that."
he just kept rolling.
And I gotta go over to the YouTube stream. I just landed in the Discord and saw this mess dropped in there. So whose channel are we on? Are we on yours, Tio?
Yeah, it's mine.
Where are we?
None of these other boys know how to stream.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't Abe.
No, it's too complex for me. I can't do that.
Now you're only doing 720, right?
I don't know. I didn't look.
I'm not getting full stream from you there, partner.
I don't know.
To's not going to pay for anything more than 720.
I am cheap.
He's in Wisconsin. They don't have anything higher than that up there.
Yeah.
There it is. It's this
There we go.
newfangled OBS thing. I'm using Streamlabs OBS on a MacBook, and that's brand new.
Okay. Got it.
Yep, 720 is as high as it goes
Oh, really?
for him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was doing something the other day where I needed all the speed.
This is where Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, starts talking about how Macs are no good.
So this is actually really funny because I'm actually recording at 1080 and streaming at 720. So I'm actually doing extra work for some stupid reason.
Oh,
Stupid.
he's recording that.
Really far.
No, I mean like I'm sampling at 1080 and then I'm
Oh.
scaling it out, if you know what I mean. And I think you do.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about, boys?
I
Other than stealing my parking place.
haven't really been talking about much. We've been waiting for you to show up.
Ham Radio TV was just going to tell us about the secret antenna he's got.
And what is
Yeah.
the secret antenna?
Oh, well, I can't tell you.
6 through 20. That's all we know.
That's why it's a
6
secret.
through 20, a portable setup. There is a few others out there in the U.S.
There are a few others.
So he said that
there are.
Ham Radio 2.0 has the same antenna, so we know it's not one of Callum's DX Commander, super
That's not necessarily true because
backpack portable models.
I know. it
Radio
does.
2.0 could have one just still in a box.
What would be the point of
Well,
giving him a second one to
Actually,
not
I
promote?
think he put it up already, didn't he?
This said antenna?
I think so. I think I saw a picture of it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Not going to say much more. I think I know who it is or what it is.
Everybody's going to run to Jason's Instagram real quick.
That's not there.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. We're gonna go work Winter Field Day just for Saturday on a hill, about 3,800 feet. How about yourself? You getting out?
Yeah,
Good game.
I'm planning to hopefully get out if the cards fall right.
Yeah.
So
Are you guys doing both days, Jason?
No, I don't have Sunday planned.
Okay.
I could shoot back up there, but it just was a little bit to kind of organize one day, and again with the weather. So it's about a 45-minute drive from my house.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once you get up there, you can't, it's hard to make it back down unless you roll.
Are you taking a grill
Right.
and everything up there? Going to barbecue? What's up with that?
Yeah, for sure. My friend Mike WG5EEK, he's always quick to offer. So we're gonna do dogs and burgers. Bring the foldable tables, some sodas, some water. So we'll have a pretty nice setup. We're gonna head up at 8 in the morning and come down before it gets dark, because this really isn't a place to go up and socialize. This is a range used for telecom. So the whole mountain is laced with all sorts of communication. And I've not operated HF up there before, so I'm a little concerned that there could be like some bad noise. It is close to some microwave sites, so that should be way above, obviously, the frequency that I'll be playing on. But I also will be tomorrow. I pick up a elk antenna. So Jim from Elk Antenna works and lives also right here in Northern California, and he has been very kind to say, hey, do you want to take up one of my antennas to try? I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So that's the log periodic 2 meter and 70 centimeter, so we'll go up there, stick that on something, probably just something handheld, work either with an HT or, plug it into maybe a mobile, just keep it simple.
1,500 points for satellite contact.
Yeah,
Winter
good
Field
point.
Day.
Yeah, good point.
I might be playing with that then.
Look, Chuck is showing it off. He has it there. So Chuck, tell us, is that an aluminum, right? The construction is aluminum, and then the handle is PVC?
You're on mute, Chuck.
My dogs are barking, so that's why I went to mute. Yeah, PVC down here. This is aluminum, the two pieces that go across, and then the elements are arrows, actually. And I'll get out of here again.
The elements are by the Arrow company?
No, they're arrow shafts.
They're arrow shafts.
They're arrow shafts, yeah.
That's how he sells it. Okay, arrow shafts.
But is that the one you rolled? Is that you roll your own, or is that the one from Elk Antennas?
Yeah, I made this one, but and the one I got from them, it has the black elements. His is better. There's one part I couldn't emulate well enough. So this, if you see right here, there's like a choke or something right here, or a matching thing.
There's some magic.
Yeah, his is thicker and it fits a little better than mine does. That's all I had at the time.
Yeah,
But,
and
I bought one of his too.
What's great about them? No, I have not, used one of these. But when you have the Arrow, you have to deal with the duplexer. Do they call that?
No,
Essentially,
no,
you have to connect
the Arrow. Yes.
The Arrow. You have to connect two pieces of coax to one.
Right.
Where this Elk antenna, it's just one piece of coax. So it's a little bit easier. Plus, you have to spend a bunch of money to get something with the Arrow that can handle the wattage. So this duplexer, I think, is limited about 10 watts when you get it, where the Arrow will do 100 or more watts. I don't know exactly, but
the Arrow or the Elk?
The Elk can handle more power out of the box because it's not dealing with a duplexer.
Gotcha.
And it's one coax to rule both bands.
Yeah, and the Arrow's not a log periodic. It's just a regular Yagi that
good point.
Depends on which one you get. If you get the one like Frank has, it has 70 and 2.
Right.
They go different directions. But yeah.
All right, we have a new guest that has just arrived. Ham Radio Dude, how are you?
Dude.
Oh, he's got no audio yet.
He's got COVID?
Yeah,
right.
He doesn't want to spread it.
He's looking pale.
I know. I was trying to adjust my colors. I brought up your stream to check me out. I look way better on the Zoom call than I do.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I don't.
And now my focus is popping.
I'm still playing with my stuff there. My camera stuff.
Thank you for that correction.
Yeah, I know.
Right back
it came out.
Was Klechak showing that mug off because he was drinking with purpose and intent? He's like,
oh, it's an owl. I thought it was a beak.
I've been keeping my coffee. Philip mutes in there saying at least he can keep his coffee down. Well, I actually have not even had time to make a pot of coffee since getting home from school. So I'm actually running low on the caffeine intake right now.
He says you got him muted, T.O.
No.
He's in the timeout
I'm out.
penalty box.
Look at this. Everybody on stream's watching me click the ask to unmute button.
Looks like it's working now.
No.
Wait, the
It's
mute
not.
is gone next to his name, but you still can't hear him.
Yeah, but we can hear everybody else but him. So it's totally me. I'm definitely
Check-
doing it.
Check your cable, son. Check your cable.
I think the dude's being a turd nugget.
If you have a flashlight, you could just kind of CW it to us.
You're 5'6'9", Sean.
If I can do it, come on, Sean. Just
He's
so
just-
everybody knows, I have to ask these guys about everything, how to do this, all this electronic stuff. So I'm computer illiterate.
So you're having
Oh,
an interview coming up, Chuck?
I'm going to try and do an interview for the Hamfest.
You want to tell us who the special guest is, or are you under disclosure issues?
Not yet. I haven't got a confirmation yet.
Ah,
I've
okay.
got. I was gonna do Jim from Elk, but somebody beat me to that one.
That'd be me. You talk to Jim?
I was going to. His one of his best friends is one of my buddies that I Jeep with.
Oh, okay.
And that my buddy actually is the guy that retooled his shop for him.
Got it.
So, and from what I understand, the current elk coming out now are way not way better, but better than more consistent, I should say, not better.
Well, he recently got a new piece of equipment, which I haven't been there because I plan to go and shoot a kind of a tour, get a little bit of how it's made. And yeah, he just added a new piece of equipment to help with that.
Yeah,
But,
my buddy set all that stuff up for him.
Just
supposedly.
recently then, right? Within the last week or
in the
two?
last, no, maybe it's something new now.
Okay. Yeah, he just got something brand new.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I started talking to Jim a few years ago because he's also our section manager for ARL. Because out here in California, we have how many sections? 9? No, we have more than that. How many ARL sections? Like some states are just a state. That's all you have.
Yeah.
Here we're
Hey.
spread out ton. I can't even remember. I had a list
What-
at one point.
It only takes 2 days to go from one end of the state to the other. That's all.
So he is the section manager for my area, which is considered East Bay. So in a contest, I'd say East Bay. I wouldn't say California. Well, depending on the contest. And so just kind of working with him and talking because I'm involved with the local club and they made me a part of the club a few years ago. And then before you know it, he's like, hey, I'm going to make you a POI.
Man, I thought he'd never leave.
A public officer. Public officer. Yeah. And so, yeah, we've been just
Information.
kinda, public information, PIO, not POI. Public information officer. Yeah. So somehow I was like, knighted, or I was made a sir or something. I don't know. So.
Well, that's because you can
Voluntold?
stream from your field day. That's why.
Yeah, he's came out a few times on field day and said hello, and super nice guy. He's really
is.
nice guy. Yeah.
And this is why I win FT8 off every week, folks. So he can hear just fine.
Yeah, obviously.
He'll start filling out postcards and holding them up.
And I'm sure he dug into the settings, right? In Zoom. And did you test your audio? You can hear yourself in Zoom, like back. You know what I mean? Like test mic in Zoom and hear yourself back.
You're still muted anyway.
Hey, Sean, I'm going to send you a link that'll let me into your computer, and I can fix it for you. Okay?
In fact, we're just going to post a link in the chat.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, it's better when you get close.
Yeah, we can almost hear you when you get really
That's
close.
what I thought. It was really quiet.
Does the Scarlet have power? And is your 48? Is your Phantom
Hey,
power?
it pushed the
button on?
48 Phantom power. I did that by mistake today.
Hey, speaking of let me into your computer, do you guys use any VNC stuff?
Yep, all the
Sure.
time.
I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Hey, I was VNCing your computer earlier today.
Oh, good. Perfect. My wife was on. Did you say hi?
Yeah.
Turn the webcam on and everything. I know what
So-
you did this afternoon.
So I'm fairly new to the VNC, but there's a bunch out there. I think I picked real VNC,
Mhm.
and if it's just a private deal, you can have a handful of computers, maybe 5. But it's awesome because you can set it up on your main PC. You can put it then on your phone or your tablet, and you can start cruising around anywhere with your computer and your radio and your shack. And you're making FT8 contacts essentially while at work, at the tire shop, you name it.
Oh,
On the can. Yeah, I do that. I do that to my Raspberry Pi.
So unfortunately,
You
Sean
take it
put
to
in
the
the
can?
rules that you can't remote control a station to compete in the FT8 competition that we do on Thursdays. Otherwise, I'd expect you to be there.
what time's that start?
4:15 tomorrow.
I
Central.
think it's okay to remote control a station if you are the owner of that station.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Like I think the rules intended so that you're not using some big old contest
Yeah.
station and buying time on it, right?
Yeah.
I think you should be able to remote as long as you're in a porta potty.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I was just listening to the Workbench podcast recently because I drive an hour each way to work. So, between repeaters and podcasts and all that good stuff. But they had the guy on from Flex, and that was kind of interesting because he broke down, pretty far down on how the Flex works, and it brings in the signal. And he talked about the difference between direct sampling and direct. What are the two terms?
Indirect.
Well, I think they're both
Isn't it?
direct something. Anyways, you're gonna have to go listen. But I got kind of excited about owning a Flex radio from listening to it, just because there's so many things you can do with it, especially if you want to implement sharing that out on YouTube or grabbing different bands at the same time. I mean, it's crazy what you can do with those radios.
Yeah. Workbench podcasts are always pretty good.
Yeah, and the only thing that I'm not in love with is how they look. I mean, I have a nice computer. I don't know if I need another one.
I thought you were talking about the hosts of Workbench Podcast.
He's all beady-eyed.
Yeah, so the thing with the Flex is you're not supposed to look at it. You're just supposed to sit it on the shelf over on the side and forget.
I know.
They have the desk model too. That has
the
the
Maestro.
screen and everything.
That's all pretty.
No,
Maestro.
they've got they sell one with a screen too.
Right. They slap an M on the back of the series, and then it has an
Right.
actual display. Yep.
But if you're gonna get a Maestro, that's kind of a waste.
And I think I saw a price entry level is $2,000.
25, right?
I think their website said $2,000 for their 6400.
I thought it was 25. I don't know.
Who let Mike in here?
Nobody wants the entry level one, right?
Jason would know. He's in here. H2O.
H2O.
Oh, it's HR2O. Sorry.
H2O, yeah. Mike, is your audio set up? Does your audio work?
Yeah, I saw Phil talking trash, so I figured I'd jump in and say hello, boys.
Now, how is it that Mike's audio works and Dude's doesn't? What's up with that?
with my iPhone headphones.
Yeah.
Don't
Already
you
better
always
quality.
have problems, Mike?
That was
With
the
audio?
joke, Chuck.
With streaming.
I know.
I
was letting everybody else in, Tio.
I had
Sorry.
bad experience streaming.
Yeah.
So did
I
you
don't
catch
need
Leah's stream last night, Mike?
No. What did you do last night? Last night was
I thought you were in there.
Yeah.
Was I?
No. Last
No, I
night,
wasn't.
her
No, I-
and Elizabeth and Jerica and Alana did a YL gang, Young Ladies Gang hangout on
yeah, I saw
YouTube.
that. I saw that thumbnail. No, I was on another Zoom with Jason figuring out Winter Field Day.
And Leah and Jerica gave a big shout out to Uncle Mike. So
Oh
Yeah, they
man,
did.
crap! I missed that. I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah.
All right, see you later, guys.
that's a better show anyway.
Shame
I'm
when you
sure it is.
You know what came to mind right away when I watched? I didn't see it all, but I kind of jumped around a little bit, caught some stuff from that. Is my daughter? She's 10. She's interested in getting her license. She's interested in CW, which I don't even know where that's really coming from. But and then she's also, I mean, her whole room is decorated in space, and she really is aspiring to be an astronaut. And I think maybe your daughter is as well.
Yep.
Yeah. And so an idea kind of popped in my head for a future thing is we could bring like younger kids in with those girls and have almost an Elmering session of a different level, right? So a 10-year-old isn't talking to us old guys.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely keep it one level down. I
Right.
totally agree. Yep.
Yeah. So, because I'm sure there's a lot of things they can relate, and maybe how they got started, how they got the test passed.
Yeah. So get your daughter into the Long Island CW Kids Club. They run an amazing, absolutely unbelievably amazing group of kids instruction only. And the kids get on and they play games back and forth with, the kids with each other over a Zoom session. And I mean, just a fly on the wall behind watching this guy run the room with the kids. He's just fantastic. He's, Steve can probably say the same thing. Totally in control of the classroom. The kids are in extremely good hands. I can't say enough good things about it. And the friendship that developed between Alana and Jerica and Leah as a result of that is just amazing. That's where the whole Wild Gang got started, essentially.
Okay.
Oh,
I
Sounds
tell
about my
anybody,
level
That's
of
great.
training there, like a kid's level.
I tell anybody who asks that's the place to go. So
Wait a minute. I just had a Billy Madison moment there with Mike popping into a kids club.
Yeah,
You guys remember Billy Madison?
absolutely. I can't wait to get into hike school.
You're going to be dating the teacher.
Dad, Veronica Vaughn.
I'm not muting you, Sean.
He says unmute him one more time.
He says you got him on the mute.
I'm not doing a thing. Change to your, iPhone headset.
Yeah, these were great.
Make sure you got the right mic set up in the settings there, son.
Maybe if we all mute ourselves, then he'll come alive.
Yeah.
And the
No,
fun
my
part
mute's
about
been
Zoom is
working.
that you've got Zoom audio settings and computer audio settings.
Yeah.
Have you tried logging off and logging back in again? I'm sure you're on a Windows machine. Maybe it needs to update.
engineer
Windows.
engineer root fix.
If you're going through OBS, click the make sure you're not clicking the mute in OBS.
He's not a OBS,
He's not.
you're straight Zoom. Shoot, fire up your phone. I'm sure you got a iPhone or Samsung.
He's got one of those.
You could
flip
probably join
phones.
it.
he
You
has
could
a
probably-
flip phone.
He's going to dial in.
You could probably join at the same time. I'm guessing. I've done that before.
It's got one of those- you can use one of those Nextels. Remember they had the PTT on those?
Yeah.
Yeah,
those are
somebody was telling me that
cutting edge, man.
they call these a flat phone at their ham club.
That
All
was
the-
me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
One of
hilarious.
Yeah, that we have an old. His name is Skip. He's an old sailor. Great guy.
Yeah.
He could probably CW better than talk. And yeah, we were explaining things, and he's just like, I just don't have one of those flat phones. You guys are gonna have to give me another way. And we're just like, oh well,
Was Skip at Field Day?
No, he was not. No,
He
summer
wasn't the-
field day was hard because we were, mid-pandemic, so it was definitely a lighter
That
group.
was so windy too.
Oh yeah. Let me see. What do we got? 10 minutes, so we can make this thing.
Oh,
Hey,
this is
there he is.
hilarious.
Watch it, still
Like
not
he's
work.
about to-
See,
looks like he's
now
about
I'm gonna
drop a
mute him.
beat with
I was
those
gonna say-
headphones.
No, I was gonna say everybody act like you
Yeah,
can't
I
hear
got
him.
my finger on the button. I'm waiting.
Still don't hear him.
Come on, man.
Oh, there he is. Whoa.
You're supposed to keep it going. Be like, I can't hear you, bro. What's up?
What?
I thought you guys were playing a cruel joke on me the whole time.
You're breaking up, man. What's
Yeah.
going on over there?
What? What?
Turn your phone sideways. There you go.
Yeah, that's
You
how
might as well
it goes
disconnect the
forward.
computer too.
Now you're a big kid.
Although we're perfectly blocked like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just leave it up. We only got 9 minutes left anyway before Ham Nation on Ham Radio Crash Course Show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
I
does
could-
this mean we get some gray line coming in now from HRD?
Yeah. A little gray line.
Because it's gray.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it already passed actually.
Hey, so I'm 52 minutes late. What have we been talking about? Can we start over?
Yeah.
Yeah, you start on Field Day, Winter Field Day. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we're glad you could stop by.
Good answer.
Thanks for coming by.
I was
Yeah, I
supposed to
don't
go to
know.
northern Wisconsin, but that ain't gonna happen. So
Is
I'll
Ham,
probably just find field out here.
is Ham Nation not on tonight?
No,
No,
it's,
sorry.
It's after the Ape and Me shows.
And we got to get that right on the schedule because I
That's
thought it was.
tonight,
I think
right?
I have it
It's
on for
every other.
tonight.
It's every other.
Every
week.
it's
other
not
Wednesday.
tonight.
It's not
I mean,
this one.
we can just tell
Right.
people it's tonight and make everybody go over there. Yes, it's tonight. Everybody afterwards.
Here, let me post a link to it.
That's what I was trying to do. It's just not there yet.
Just post it to Hosh's channel.
I was posting my link to you.
You can do that.
I will say the anti-net, we kind of had a bit of a back and forth, for a while. I was hosting that on my channel, and it is resumed every Wednesday at 7. The kind of 2-meter crew thing that was going on. So if anyone is bored or interested, that starts at 7 Pacific. 7 Pacific.
Yeah, that's past my bedtime.
So it's on Wednesday. I thought it was on Thursday. When are you doing it on Thursday for a while?
Yeah, a lot of moving parts there.
So now it's Wednesday.
Back to Wednesday, 7 p.m. And so that would be 10 Central, 11 Eastern. But it's they're using repeaters and All Stars and YSF and Wires X. So it's connected, 10 different ways.
I've been on it. I'm from Wisconsin. They let me in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And recently, because our main repeater has an all-star node, we've been connected to some blokes over there in the London, UK area. So that's kind of been fun. Our repeater has normal traffic from, worldwide.
That's cool.
Hello.
Nick said, "Hey, join. Can you join?" He goes, "Hey, you want to join in?" And I'm shy, to be honest with you. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go in there, and everybody's going to be like, "Who is this knucklehead?"
Yeah.
I don't know any of those dudes.
Yep. Yeah. So if you're not familiar, that is on Nick's channel, which is called Northwest Ham Shack. Northwest Ham Shack. Nick used to live down here by us. We used to see him, somewhat on a bi-monthly period, and then he moved back up where his family is from to Everett, Washington. So close to the top of Washington.
I've been to Everett.
He can still hit your repeater from all the way up there though, can he?
With an all-star node.
Oh, because I was like, man, he must have some kind of heck of a beam or something.
No, that's
one of them Miyagis.
I built a Miyagi for it. Abe.
That's like a 16-hour
Secret.
drive.
We can't talk about it though.
There.
Now everybody's
with
audio
that
is
California
broken.
with that California traffic, 16 hours might not be that far.
It's like 4 miles.
4 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe 5 sometimes.
just to the north of where like Chuck and I live, it does turn into mostly farming and just open country. A lot of BLM land,
Yeah.
and then you get into weed, and then you're in Oregon.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about Washington State.
No, it's a town of wheat.
Town of
Weeds
weed.
everywhere.
This
I thought it was
conversation
where
took
they
a
had all
turn
them-
there.
Them growing,
What are they
growing
doing?
that weed out there, ain't
You
they?
get
All
that
of a sudden they
weed,
started paying
man.
attention. I don't know.
I don't know who's got worse town names, Pennsylvania or California.
We have hell in Michigan.
What's this we stuff? K5MRD.
Well, they
do.
Five.
No, K5MRD is a guy in Miami.
It's taken.
I know.
This is
It's-
Florida, man.
Don't ruin my joke, Mike.
Oh,
I only have 3.
well, you're gonna have to come up with some more dad jokes there, buddy.
Brooke is calling me out for the way I say Yalgi,
I got tons of dad jokes,
Yalgi.
Mike.
but that's how you say it, right? Yalgi.
It's an Uda.
Toroid and what do you say, Radio Diddy or something?
No, Jason made that up. I actually say that one right. Radioiddity.
No, you still
Actually,
said it
no,
wrong.
it's-
It's only
It's
1-0.
radioiddity.
Yeah.
1-0, brother.
Radioiddity.
It's a long
just
O,
talked
son.
about
It's
that.
a long O.
What?
It's a very long O.
The O is the long sound. Oh,
That's what I
the
said.
long sound.
That's what I
Crawl,
said.
Dad.
Radioiddity.
So now you all right.
Dang it.
Don't feed the apes.
That's okay. Sean says alluence.
Alluance.
Islands.
Yeah, there he says.
Islands.
I'm not even-
Aliens.
AI.
Aliens.
I'm
I
not
say
even consistent.
Sean.
I say
So
ICOM.
I want to show
On
off my new
Mondays-
toy really quick because I just got this in the mail today. If you follow me on Twitter at
Nope.
KMRD, you can
Jason's
see
wrong.
that.
I've never called it Radio Diddy.
Look at that.
Soda beams.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Carbon fiber, baby. This thing is so small. It's like 2 iPhones tall.
I heard the carbon fiber
like
can
3.
cause coupling issues.
It does not. It's garbage. This is
I'm
not
just
my
saying.
first carbon fiber mast. If you
Well,
saw my Texas size POTA video,
I
there's
heard
a
a bit-
carbon fiber mast in that.
I
There's
heard an
carbon
echo.
fiber mast all the time.
I heard an echo on that one, and I thought you just had your talk back on or something.
No, that was some long pads from my 20 watts. I was putting out my kind of end fed half wave, baby.
I don't know.
Dan, it's not quite heavy enough to be a billy club. Dan's in the chat saying
It's like one of those batons. I feel like I never ran as a kid. Well,
or as an adult,
unless
drum
like
major
cops.
Unless they're blue lights, yeah.
Band
it's
camp.
like a baton for like past the
track and field.
Yeah, that. I put
Relay
that on
race.
Nintendo.
It counts.
You get the pad and you gotta. Yeah. This thing's awesome.
Just
it was
slide
like
your hand back and forth.
$57, which is actually a really good price. So
yeah,
we're gonna put it through the KMRD radio stuff ringer, and I bought another Chinese one too from Amazon. It was like $32. It's a 7 meter. So
I'm curious to see how much that bends over because I have the Soda Beam's 10 meter fiberglass mast, and just the top section so thin. Even with my super thin like dipole,
I can't see
it bows over like 4 feet. I mean, it makes a complete U.
Oh, I don't think I'd put a dipole on this. I'm going to try. I have used the Pac-10 link dipole with my Gocher carbon fiber mast, and they're thin at the top. So is this one. It's probably maybe a 16th of an inch. No, it's skinnier than that. It's thin. I mean, it's
like even with my end fed, the fiberglass one seems to bend over. Wow,
that's small.
Yeah,
we call those crappie poles.
Yeah,
that's like the little cheap ones I bought from eBay.
Good pole.
They're like that,
but they work. So, but I'm going to use this for my end fed because that thing doesn't really weigh anything.
I missed it, Mike. What did you get there? Sorry, my dogs were barking. I had to.
The Soda Beam's Carbon 6.
So the top of that's real thin, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean they all are on the
right.
Would that set you back, Mike?
I was like $57 from DX Engineering, so not bad at all. I paid like 80, I think, for my Chinese Gocher one, and then I just put I spent like $32.99 for a 7 meter one from it's another, what the heck is it? I think it's another Gocher, but they don't make the 10. You can't get a 10 meter one that I use in the US anymore. You got to go to like AliExpress, and I don't know if I feel like trusting them.
Yeah, I got the Shakespeare Wonder Pole. I think it's 20 feet. But maybe it's a little bit taller, maybe 22 feet, something like that. But collapsed, it's like 4 feet tall. Like 3.5 feet.
I have that. That was my first telescopic mast that I got when I was using the invented by patent trademark KG6 HQD speaker wire antenna.
Yeah, I actually like it. I actually like it quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I got to make some serious water, so I'm going to drop off here.
Is there such a thing as non-serious water?
Yeah.
Well, I had a
dribble, really.
Had a few cold ones.
But as soon as it dribbles, it all of a sudden becomes serious, no matter what. So
right.
It's still leaving a mark, brother.
So, all right, guys. I appreciate it. Take care. Thanks everybody for watching in the comments. Later.
Shake it twice. Shake it twice. Any more than that, you're just playing with it.
Yeah, I'll cut it off at 2.
Oh, you're only supposed to do it twice. I do it a lot.
So, Mike, you got a big old smile on your face since leaving Michigan. What's up with that?
I'm happy.
It's a Texas-sized smile.
You can actually go outside.
It's 8 degrees here.
I'm in t-shirts. Like it's a little chilly. It's like 55 now. So I'm in my hoodie, but
3.
Yeah, it's
but you're supposed to be in your Patagonia whatever coat that is Jason's got with your beanie hat on because it's 60 there. And
no.
He's probably got the Mr. Buddy heater under the desk and everything.
I don't like wearing winter hats. I never have. I hardly ever like I own one somewhere, but I never wear. I don't like wearing hats. I don't like wearing gloves. I hate it.
Messes up your hair.
Like a baseball hat, I'll wear. I'm fine with that, but like
the hats also mess up your hair.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't have any. So,
yeah.
Sean, are you using something new tonight?
Mini work with the 891 without an external terribly. You don't want to do that. You need a tuner. Damn ass that. Absolutely need a tuner. You can get the end-fed half wave, and that's resonant.
Right.
But the mini 9-to-1 is horribly mismatched. You have to have a tuner.
So which Go Tour do you have? I bought one off of eBay. It was fairly reasonable, but I don't know if they still sell them.
The Gocher Sparkle Super Hard. 10-meter carbon fiber mat. That's what it says on it.
I know.
So you can go to if you go to AliExpress and type in Gocher Sparkle,
Right.
you can see it. It's there. It's I forget how much it is, but it ships out of China and probably take 6 or 8 weeks to get here.
Yeah, I think mine took quite a while. But
but I got mine a couple years ago off of Amazon, and I got it in a few days. Tony K9 ARV, who's N4 ARV now, posted on Twitter before he deleted everything. Gocher Golf Oscar Tango Uniform Romeo Echo Gocher, like a spelling bee.
Yeah.
Gocher
the
Sparkle
7 meter?
SPARKOL Gocher Sparkle 10-meter.
Oh, you got the 10-meter.
Yeah.
So mine's only a 7-meter.
Nah, you gotta go big or go home. So
that was as big as they had.
I think you can still get some. Well, I just bought a 7-meter one off Amazon the other day. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. We'll see if the U.S. Post Office actually delivers something on time.
Has anybody ever bought the flag ones? I think Adam may actually have one. They're kind of long, all the way down, but I think they're a little beefier at the top than most of those poles. I forget the brand. I've got
like
a couple.
The DX Commander Expedition mast is freaking awesome. It's pretty thick at the top. I could throw a dipole off. I need to get another one, really.
It's actually the same as, it's just a black version of the
soda beams.
The soda beams.
Basically
the same thing.
The soda beams, this was their compact fiberglass 10-meter.
Yeah.
It's like almost 3 pounds, 2.5
I broke
pounds,
one.
like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're pretty close. The DX Commander is just a hair longer, I think. They're different, but they're almost the same.
Yeah, but it's a really nice. That was the first thing I did when I got that antenna. I took it out of the box. I'm like, screw all these other bits. I went outside and played with the mast. I'm like, this thing is awesome. So
I think if I was to do it over, I'd get the classic because I'll never carry that on like a backpack, and the classic's a little heavier duty. My buddy's got one. It's still really lightweight.
Is not as heavy duty. It's thinner.
No, it's bigger. It's a bigger pole.
Okay, I mean I don't have both, but
I've used.
Okay.
I set one up. You have both?
I do.
Oh. Well, I haven't put them side by side. I thought it was heavier duty.
Like if you just squeeze them, like the classic is a little bit thinner. It's not quite as rigid as the Expedition mast. The Expedition mast is fantastic.
Yeah,
I really need
that's
to get
what I have.
one.
I think.
As soon as Callum moves, I'll hit him up for another one.
Is he not moved all the way yet?
No, I don't think
he
he's got all his racking and stuff up. He's making progress. So
yeah, they just had snow up there.
It's going to take a couple hundred car trips to move all those masts that he's got in stock.
Yeah.
Maybe if you buy one from him, it'll be less to move.
Yeah. Jason packed his DX Commander stuff today. He thinks I'm gonna help him make it at field day.
It wasn't too hard to pack. He just moved the box.
Yeah. It's probably the easiest thing he moved.
But in all honesty, he can just copy my lengths of wire.
Same wire and everything.
I mean, that'd be really easy. So no, I'm not making your antenna.
No, those are Michigan wires. They're not going to work in Texas.
Yeah.
I know there's a bunch of guys on Discord that are buying a group buy of DX Commanders, I think.
That's smart.
I think basically they're saving on the shipping, I think.
That's excellent.
Which really wasn't that bad. I mean, his antenna is super cheap, especially if you're in the UK area, because you can't. What he sells his mast for is way cheaper than anybody else sells them for.
Well, it's about the classic. I just watched Dave Kessler's video yesterday, and he was comparing. It was like $266. 199 pounds is about $266.
Right.
I can't say enough good things about the DX Commander antenna. It is just.
I just don't. If I'm going to go like I took mine. I went to Colorado summer before last, and I took mine with me then. But if I'm not set up for a few days, I don't really like setting it up for just a parks on the air or something.
Oh, it's so easy.
Yeah, well, I can be set up in like 3 minutes with my other setup. So I don't know.
Well, I guess you don't want to make as many contacts.
Yeah,
only 70 an hour, dude.
Well, so Chuck went out once a long time ago, and he actually put it together backwards. That's why he's got a problem.
No, I did. I hooked one of the set of the ground radios to the the antenna. It still worked.
Well, yeah.
It was a little off on the tune though, but it
Yeah.
still worked. I didn't do very good that day with that antenna though. From the same areas, I've done better with. It could have been that, who knows?
Or propagation, probably.
Yeah, it actually
It'll get
propagation
you
got better
sometimes.
after that. Yeah, I just been using like the last couple times, other than my Moxon, I did the just that MFJ 17 footer on 20, and that's all I did was 20, and I got like 70 contacts in around an hour or so.
Yep.
20 was good that day, so
that helps.
I'm gonna start taking my Fox River coil though with me too, so I can.
Fox River coil? Is there I don't know about?
Wrong species.
Yeah, it's the improved version, Mike. They don't sell that to everybody.
I don't know. I think a wolf would beat a fox any day.
Yeah,
Chuck's got that sometimers disease.
It's all the time.
I didn't get a new package from MFJ. I don't know what you guys are talking about. No, I haven't. I still.
It came with the cups.
Richard in a while.
Well, it's probably in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
it came with the
Michigan.
cups.
It's at my house.
Michigan.
But I assume he emailed you guys about it.
Wisconsin, Michigan, they're the same.
Yeah.
Same area. Close.
Same makers of the DX idiot. Did he just send him out, or did he email you guys and say, "Send me something"? Richard from MFJ.
Crickets.
Yeah, who are you talking to?
Is my mic on?
Who are you talking to? I don't know.
Whoever got this MFJ antenna.
Everyone. Kidding.
Yeah, he usually just drops stuff in the. You just get something on the doorstep.
Oh,
I'll send you an email later, Mike.
Chuck's got us all lost.
He's being very elusive.
So, hey, Mike, that thing that you got in the mail with the thing that you got the other day in the mail, those two things together, they make a third thing. That fourth thing is what we want to talk about.
Okay. I didn't get any of those things.
I didn't get any.
If I did, I wouldn't know because nobody told me, and they are
I didn't
from
get any
Michigan.
either.
My uncle did say I had some packages up north, though. I finally got I ordered some wire from Soda Beams, some of that yellow wire, like back in December before I knew I was going to get a promotion, and then I left, and I'm like, and I ordered the QRP guys NFED half wave, and then I moved, and I'm like, well, crap, I got all this stuff to play with, and I don't have a shack or anything to do.
I had problems with my QRP guys infed half wave. I ended up rewound the toroid the regular way, and it worked fine. But they wind it differently for some reason, or maybe I just did it wrong. I don't know.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
that sounds great.
Sounds really good.
Well, I mean, it's on.
Yeah. What did you do?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Cool.
You got
I
the
don't think
Roomba
you're
going?
using your Rode mic. I think it sounds like you're using your computer mic.
No, how about now? Is it any better now?
No.
There's feedback.
If you want us to,
Sounds like there's a
they can
motorcycle driving by with like the Doppler effect going on.
It's all right, man.
It's not like you're interviewing Lord Callum on a ham radio
500
YouTube
people watching.
festival with 500 people watching, and you're thinking you're muted and you're talking over him trying to fix your microphone. So
this whole episode.
Okay.
What are you using there, Sean?
How about now?
Ooh,
That's better.
There you go.
Smooth.
This whole episode is tech support, right? So
Yeah. Are you using a mixer with effects and things on it, or what do you have?
No, just a Focusrite USB interface.
Yeah.
So here's
Yeah.
the problem, and what had happened is I went out today and I got hungry, and so I went and bought new cameras and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I tore apart my shack, and then I found out about this live stream, and I'm like, shoot. So I tried to get everything back together real quick, and obviously it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm on a webcam, and it's all
New
good.
cameras to fry with Bofang radios.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too.
I
found
can't
this-
believe that happened.
I found this one at Goodwill, and I'm sure that this is gonna be a new camera filler.
It hasn't already been used
wow.
to commit a crime.
Yeah. Oh my God. So this when I got my package from DX Engineering today, there was like a leaflet in it talking about ham radio and like, hey, if you're licensed and haven't been in, like, it's a great time to get back. But then the whole bottom third of it was, we want to remind you, don't use radio to commit crime. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Ham radio is not a crime.
No, but
Yeah.
you can.
That's a shirt.
Yes.
there we go.
Yeah, there you go. When I was a kid, we used to have like skateboarding is not a crime stickers that we'd put on the back of our decks.
I remember that, man.
Mm-hmm.
So is that the new
Don,
camera,
I'm
Sean?
still in a hotel.
Do you remember those shoes that had like, they weren't Heelys because Heelys had the wheel in them, but they had like a grinding thing on the middle of the shoes so you could run and you could jump on the rails and grind with shoes. I don't remember what.
Oh no, I don't know about those. I
Yeah.
remember like the Vision streetwears that would have like the extra rubber on the side, so when you ollie, it wouldn't wear away the fabric.
No, these were like skate shoes, but you could also use them just by themselves and jump on rails. And in your shoes, you can grind down the rails. Yeah,
Parkour.
Before parkour, really.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gents, I'm gonna have to jet. So thank y'all for getting on my lawn when I couldn't get there in time. I do appreciate it. Gentlemen.
We got your back,
Thanks for
Steve.
having us here, man.
What's that?
Thanks for having us here, Steve.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's right.
Steve, we got your back. Us Steve's got to stick together.
Appreciate y'all, man. Talk to you later.
Later.
Take care, man. Have a good one.
So, Sean, is that your new camera today?
No, this is Logitech C922.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, it works for right now, but all my cameras are downstairs. I have them charging up and I was doing some comparisons and everything like that. So hopefully we'll have some better video here in the near future. We'll see.
What did you get?
Today I bought the Sony ZV-1, I think it was, or the ZB-1. And, I had the Canon Mark III G7X and that thing sucked.
Is that a webcam or a DSLR?
No. They're point and shoot vlogging cameras, so you can go take them out and everything. But the problem is the Canon couldn't stay in focus, and it could never actually really focus on you completely. And so you're trying to go do vlogging, and every 2 seconds, it's like going in and out of focus. Dude, it looks horrible.
You see that right there?
What do you got?
That's an iPhone.
That works.
Works great. My new tripod, and I got a new fluid head.
New tripod.
Yeah. Well, I bought this one. I bought one a couple months ago. It's just a Chinese. It's newer, but I think they pronounce it newer.
They make pretty good stuff, actually.
But it's a nice tripod. Like the center telescopes up, and you can like drop it down to do like overhead shots. So it's better for like filming stuff on the bench. Nice. But I bought the aluminum one, and like it was slightly, it wasn't like straight vertical. I'm like, what the hell is up with this? And then there's a little button underneath that allows the whole center thing to come out and kind of use the selfie stick, and that broke. So I'm like, screw it, I'm returning this. And that's the same version, but it's carbon fiber. Oddly enough, it kind of weighs the same. And then I bought a fluid head. It comes with this kind of head, the little ball thing. But I'm not really too keen on this. It works, but you can't really do like nice panoramic shots and stuff like that. So I picked up the fluid head too.
I think this tripod is from 1975.
Nice.
I was gonna say it looks like it.
Yeah.
That could be my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard shopping for tripods because they say ultra lightweight, and that could mean anything from 4 to 20 pounds, on Amazon.
This one weighs just under 5 pounds, I think, but with that fluid head, it probably weighs 6 or 7 now. That head's pretty. It's like a big hunk of metal. And there's some nice like travel tripods that are carbon fiber. I watch a guy named Kai W on YouTube, and he did some reviews of tripod. These things are like $1,000 for a freaking tripod. I'm like, that's insane. No, it wasn't Manfrotto. It was someone else.
There's a new portable tripod that I've seen. It's like $600, but it holds up like the size of a water bottle.
Yeah,
and
it's freaking sweet. But I ain't spending $600 on a like 100. That was about about $190 for the tripod and the head.
That's cheap for carbon fiber.
Well, actually, who knows if it's real carbon fiber, but
you got it off Wish.
It's not good.
Yeah,
I got it on Amazon. But I just film with my iPhone. That's my old iPhone. It's an iPhone 8, and I have the Rode Wireless Go.
You have it back there by the bed. Is that for your fans only site?
OnlyFans.
Give me your OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
I don't know what OnlyFans is, but sure.
Look at him playing all innocent. Man, he's good.
I am not. I'm on Twitter. That's it. It's social and YouTube, obviously. But I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I don't have any of that stuff.
I think I've seen Mike on the hub, or at least the top of his head.
Oh, it went right over my head because I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not touching that one.
He's still playing that line.
You don't know what people are if someone says the hub?
Nope.
Oh,
Never heard of that. That must be a West Coast thing.
That's
What
like
is a hub? I mean, I know what a hub is, like a hubcap.
so instead of saying Pornhub in public
Oh.
or at work.
We're
Interesting.
talking not safe for work stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that
I'll
Abe's
have to look into
gone,
that. I've
Jason's
not
got to
heard of
fill
that.
the void.
Can you put a link in the chat?
Yeah, put a link to your favorite fetish there. That'll really get things going.
No, what it is I only use this for research because I have daughters. So obviously I need to stay current,
All right.
Right.
So, what's your favorite radio, Sean?
The one that has a microphone that works?
I was trying to think of something witty, like you can go to Pornhub to find out. But
So, Chuck, what's your favorite radio?
I like my Elecraft, really. No. You thought I was going to say something else.
I could have sworn you were going to say something else. I might want to borrow
Actually,
that 991A from you, so I'm going to stop talking bad about
My
it.
favorite radio is my my FTDX 3000.
Oh,
yeah,
that is a under, what would you say? Not that popular, but actually a really cool radio, especially because it has an IF out. So if you're
Right.
trying to get creative with any kind of SDR play stuff, it's plug and play.
Yeah, it works real nice.
Yep.
Plus, it's like the next. It's not an entry level radio, but it's not a top tier either. It's kind of in the middle there because it have three antenna ports. The third antenna port is you can do a receive antenna, and you can hook the radio up to when it's receive, and then when you talk, it goes to your transmit antenna. Which I've never really used that, but it's there.
And what's interesting is there's features in that 3000, Chuck, that they probably should have put in the DX10.
Maybe I don't know which ones.
They probably should have done a lot with that FTDX10. But
See, I don't think that the DX10. I don't think is. I think it's still going to be an entry level radio, but
Yeah, but it was
a really good one.
I thought the idea is they were gonna, kind of upgrade that 3000 with a DX10 by making a mini FTDX 101.
Yeah, but they didn't really. I don't think they did that really.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if it's only got one port, I mean, it's the same. That's the same as a 7300 or a 991. That's.
I agree with.
That's
Chuck.
not the next. That's not the next radio up, really.
Mm-hmm.
That FTDX10 doesn't have a good track record, does it? Didn't you have to send yours back, Sean?
Oh, it's only like.
Oh no, yeah, no, I didn't.
It's number two. It's number 2 in the listings. I don't know.
Hey, listen, Mike. What had happened was they were telling people they had to send their radio back because of this 12-meter calibration issue, and so people were either sending their radio back or getting ready to. And I opened a ticket, and they came out with a firmware update. So all these people send their radio back to Yaesu for a firmware update.
Oh, that sucks. But yeah, your screen, your wobbly screen,
Physical
that's not
defects.
right.
Yeah, no, I get it. I gotta tell you, I'm not completely in love with this radio. Don't get me wrong; it has amazing qualities of being able to. The digital noise reduction on here is amazing,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I like my 991 better. I'll be honest with you, and the reason I like it better is, well, don't get me wrong, it does all the VHF stuff, but it does have that UHF VHF capability. Now, if you give me a 991 and you put a 3D scope on here, I'm sure it would be a killer seller. But as of now, I don't know. There's nothing I can't live without with this FTDX10. I'll tell you right now, the CW decode doesn't work very well because people
because you're 569.
Yeah, people have a tendency to when they're keying, they're not going to stay at exactly 18 words a minute, right? And so it's gonna throw off the it's gonna throw off the computer, and they're trying to decode it.
My 3000 works perfect. I mean, you just have to find the speed. Oh yeah, and so does my KX2. I can't believe the 705 doesn't have that.
Smoking Ape says,
all you're going to get is a bunch of E's and T's.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Don has
that's a cop out.
Yep.
Don has no issues with his FTDX10 though, and I'm glad to hear
it's all in settings. It's all in settings, Sean. For that, I didn't know how to use my decoder to start with either. I mean, it was
man.
but if you get the speed, they're pretty good. I mean, they're not perfect.
No, I spend like a good, I'm not even kidding you, 4 or 5 hours trying to dial in those settings, and it's just it doesn't seem like.
And I will say it decodes way better than I do.
I took my ICOM 7300 out of the box and started using it right away. just saying.
My 7300 did not work out of the box. I had to go and do a full factory reset on it.
Oh,
I was not happy with that.
Well, I had to plug mine in, so to be fair.
Jason Hamburito 2.0 he said he may consider one if the price comes down. Well, I'll tell you this, if the price went down to, I don't know, a $1,200 or a $1,400 radio, I think it would be, I'd be okay with it. But the fact that they made us pay $1,700 for a radio that they didn't even finish.
Yeah, but what
testing,
what did the 7300 cost when it was new? It was like $1,500-$1,600.
It probably was. I think I got mine for upper 8s or lower 9s at Handvention a couple of years ago. But
and I think my 991 was like about 15 or 16 when it came out.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't pay that for it.
Wow.
At the end of the day, though, it's a fine radio. It does a fine job. I think I'm just more attached to my old Yaesu that I gave away, or not gave away, but got rid of.
What did you have
before? Say it again.
What did you have before?
I had a Yaesu FT991. I have the 7300 and the 897 just kind of tucked away. I might actually go back to the 7300 once they finish this firmware upgrade, depending on how awesome the firmware upgrade is. Oh, I do have the 891 also. Yeah, but I might go back to the 7300 from ICOM after this firmware upgrade, depending on how awesome their presets are.
7300 has an upgrade, you said?
It's coming out.
Firmware update coming out. They already released it for the 705, but they haven't released it for the 7300 yet.
That's probably not going to be much, though, I wouldn't imagine. They're probably going to do that digital thing.
I'm excited for that, yeah.
I wonder
what would you do? I just turn my computer on and run WSJTX, and it just switches everything over anyway. Like what? I don't understand what the difference would be.
Come join the contest.
I guess I have in my mind that ICOM has probably pretty much figured out the exact settings you need to have like the ideal FT8 setup in those presets. And I'm
you're setting yourself up.
I'm gonna have an advantage, and I'm gonna have
TO's up there. No way.
Don't even try it, man.
If they can't get the CW decode figured out, how are they going to get the audio settings figured out?
Yeah. Oh, they can figure it out. They just don't want to.
Right.
Don is right though. The receiver is much better. I can't argue that. That's why I go to Yaesu every time. Is Yaesu's digital noise reduction. I've said it many times. The algorithm they use for being able to pull signals like out of thin air is pretty amazing. Because I'm in a very high noise environment here. There's days where I'm at like S7, S8, and I can't do anything about it. And I'm still able to pull. Yeah, move. I'm working on it. You guys got a couch I can crash on?
I got one for sale.
Well, that's a problem. I mean, like right now I could sell and I can make a ton of money on this place, but where am I going to go?
Right.
Yeah. In a van. Down
no more room in Texas, so don't come here.
Seems legit.
Oh, no. Thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, Mike.
Too many hands in Texas already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like half the crew's a 5 call.
I know.
The other half's a 6.
A lot of the viewers are in Texas too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like so many people emailed me or commented on my video, like "Welcome to Texas, welcome to Texas." It's crazy.
Welcome to the.
Every now and again, someone emailed me when I'm in Michigan, like, "Hey, I'm in Michigan too." I'm like, "Wow, it's gray and gloomy, and we can't go POTA, so it sucks." Yeehaw!
All right, fellas, we're coming up on the hour and a half mark here. I think it's time to call it quits for the night.
Oh, the one time I stay up past my bedtime, and we're gonna call it quits. You guys are.
Well, look how late Mike's up, man.
You can sleep in tomorrow, Sean. It's all right.
Mike,
I can sleep in.
I'll call your boss.
Yeah, call my boss.
Who in here? Who still works?
No,
I work, right? No,
haven't stopped. COVID didn't stop anything.
I gotta pay for all this radio stuff.
I work at YouTube a little bit. That's a job, right?
As long as there's no follow-up questions, no, I don't work.
yeah. I just, you guys are on it. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So we'll go around the room. We'll say our goodbyes. Tom, you go first.
Okay. Tango Oscar Mike on YouTube. check out the channel and subscribe. I just did a interview podcast that was just released with Dennis at Handom Thoughts.
Good
So you
people.
can go out and check that out.
8060M Dennis.
And tomorrow night is Thursday Night Ham Radio. I've got a video coming out there too.
I might have one or two coming out Thursday night myself. Chuck, you're up next.
Chuck, KK6USY Ham Radio Adventures. I just did a video yesterday. It's for making a guy plate. Easy way to make a guy plate. Takes like 15 minutes and costs you $1. Actually, you can probably get 4 or 5 for $1.
88 cent Walmart cutting board.
Yeah, it's a dollar store cutting board, but yeah, same thing.
Oh, you got robbed. You paid $1.
90
A
cents.
whole dollar. I asked my wife one time, I go, so what does stuff cost at the dollar store? She's like, really? I go, not everything can't be $1. But pretty much.
It might be worth $1. Might not be worth $1.
I've got a new video coming out on the on my rotor that I made, the 12-volt rotor. And I actually took the parts to the store this time instead of just building it out of my shed. And probably take you about 15 to 20 minutes to make it, the whole setup.
Excellent.
I mean, you got to solder 2 wires. You drop the motor into a thing, put the lid on, tighten it up, and it's done. And you have to drill a hole in the side for the wires to come out. And it'll fit. The fitting fits perfect on top of a chain link top rail fins. You know, the top rails for that a lot of hams use for their pole. So it fits perfect.
Excellent. Jason, what videos you have coming out?
Well, believe it or not, I'm still working on Summer Field Day, the video of that.
It's coming up again soon, so.
That'll be out for this year.
Yeah, mine's been out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, still redesigning the shack, making this table here behind me for kind of like some product stuff. Winter Field Day will be this weekend. I think I should have cell phone service in that I'll flip just the iPhone on, do some live streaming there. So look out on Field Day on Ham Radio TV. Do a little live stream and unreel the Magic Special antenna. But yeah, who knows what's in store for me. I'm hoping February I'll get back in the saddle more. Thanks for inviting me tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Good to have you here. Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I'm an amateur radio operator.
Welcome, Mike.
Thank you. And in case you can't tell by my thing there, it's called K8MRD Radio Stuff. That's weird backwards. And that's my YouTube channel. I don't have I had a POTA video that I filmed a couple weeks ago that I started editing, and man, editing POTA videos it takes a long time. I just have not felt like doing it. But I've got the carbon fiber mask we saw earlier. I'll have I'm actually going to be doing a shootout of 3 different carbon fiber masks. So as soon as I get the 3rd one, I'll get out in the park and set some stuff up. And I think there's about 50 videos on it already, but Radioddity is sending me that what is it, the GS5B, that orange like Bluetooth programmable HT.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that Steve took in the shower. So I'm really excited for that. The funny thing is, I am hardly ever on
in the
VHF
shower
or UHF. I shower daily. I like to be clean. I'm hardly ever on VHF, UHF, but I have such a fascination and a love for HTs. Like I've got so many Baofangs, and I've got my Ilunts HD1 here that I can't turn my hotspot on because I'm in a hotel and you can't get through that gateway hotel internet thing. So that was pointless, but I love HTs. I absolutely love them. So I'm really looking forward to this one, especially because it has a flashlight on it, because I have a huge flashlight fetish, and it's Bluetooth programmable. Not even on the hub. Flashlight, not the other.
No. You said flashlight fetish.
Oh yeah. I have so many freaking flashlights. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I'll have some product reviews coming out. I think those are a lot easier to shoot and a lot easier to edit, and they typically garner more views. So that's a good thing. The POTA videos don't get as many, but a lot of people really like them. So they'll still get a few thousand views or so.
Start rolling.
I love POTA. What's that?
Start rolling on the ground.
Oh, totally gonna do that. Totally that's in the works. That guy has just completely changed my life.
He is going to be a nugget on an upcoming Ham Nuggets episode.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Grid down
I
guy.
can look forward to that.
Yeah.
Good down.
I mean, grid down, like that's a thing that we're all saying now.
Like Ham Harder.
Yeah.
He's almost
like,
as good as Mike.
He's the new Ham Harder. But grid down. So you have grid down, but when the grid is down, you have to ham harder.
Yes.
So we'll maybe Jason will steal the idea and make some shirts on those.
Probably.
And, that would be cool. I would love a grid down shirt. I would love a KNMRD radio stuff shirt. Jason actually tells me that we might be having KNMRD radio stuff merch at some point with I think this logo. That's going to be one of them, and then I have another one. Like if you look at my thumbnails, my more recent thumbnails, that'll also be a logo. So maybe one day, maybe in like 2022, we'll finally have KNMRD merch.
Maybe.
So that'll be cool. Maybe. No promises though. But I love this logo. It's really cool.
All right, dude, you're next.
Metal.
Hey, I'm Ham Radio Dude.
The way he started.
Yeah, I'm Ham Radio Dude. I got a video coming out where I unbox some mystery boxes from Gigaparts, and then subsequently next week I'm going to unbox the mystery boxes from Main Trading Company. And we're going to actually see what's inside of these mystery boxes, if you will. I'm going to do some recording over at a Winterfield Day wherever I do go this week, and then I have a 4-hour video coming out where I try to figure out what is wrong with my audio. It's going to be a blast. Oh, but really, I do have a 5K giveaway coming up when I hit 5K, which hopefully will be pretty soon. I don't know exactly what I'm giving away, but it'll be a lot. So you might want to
all those mystery boxes
to my channel. Yeah, might want to subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give away some of the mystery box stuff. I can't tell you what it is, but you'll see tomorrow.
Hey, do you still have that the FT4XR, whatever the heck it is, the Yaesu?
FT4.
Did you do videos on the
I sure do.
I want to get one of those. What do you think of it? Is it really a piece of crap Bofang kind of thing?
No, I don't know why people say that, except it was made in China. But
well,
I will tell you this though, I get a lot of people commenting on those videos, the 65 and the 4X, and people have actually sent me photos now, and they're being made in Japan now. So those people who were crying about them being made in China, they have nothing to fall back on anymore. You know,
nice.
You know what, man? They're good radios for what they are. You know,
because I need another UHF radio.
I gotta tell you, I saw the price point on Gigaparts for the FT4X the other day, set at $99.99, which is absurd.
What?
Yeah. It was absurd. So
well, the Bofangs are $20 more expensive than they were too, so that might be why.
But if you're going to pay $99.99 for a radio at that level, you might look into the Elenco DJ VX50, which is got the dual VFO and it's also waterproof, and that thing is durable. I threw that one out the window for a video that's coming up here in the future.
Nice. Yeah, I've got a Yaesu VX7R. Like, I don't need, like, that's a great radio. It's waterproof and dual band and dual receive and all that. It's great.
You can never have too many HTs.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Sit down.
I forget which ones I have sometimes.
Is the 4X has, I think, one of the loudest speakers on the market. I'm trying to get the battery off so I can see where it's made. But it's a one speaker.
You've had yours for a while, though, haven't you, Jason?
Yeah.
Jason, you're right about that. It's a great sounding speaker, and I thought the 70 sounded good for the longest time. I even said it in my review, and then listening to a couple other ones, I take back what I say about the 70. The 4X does sound good though, and the Elenco has I think it's a 1 watt as well, and it sounds better than the 4X. I actually do have a video coming out for that as well, where I'm going to be blindfolded, and my ex-girlfriend is going to turn on one radio at a time, and I'm going to tell her what radio I think sounds better and worse. And so we're going to rate them from worst to best. What
you
radios
say your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah. She'll come over and she'll help me out, right?
What do you call that when she comes over?
Radio time.
Yeah, coming over.
Ham radio and chill.
So this does say it's made in China, but guess what? So is this. So, I mean,
How long ago did you get that 4X?
2 years, maybe?
Yeah, I think this happened in the last 6 to 8 months since the whole human malware thing.
Yeah, and it sips on batteries, which I know the 70 likes to kind of eat them a little bit more.
We'll be
7's
testing.
Not too bad.
We'll be testing that too because I get a lot of comments about that, how bad the battery is, and I could partially agree.
Mike, you don't want a repeater. Find a repeater in your area that has an all-star, and I'll connect to it.
Yeah, I'll connect to it too.
Yeah, we should do like a thing with that in the future.
I don't know how to do that.
Made in Japan.
Well,
Perhaps if there was some Elmer that had a
all you
video
have
out.
I know.
Mike, just take a screenshot of repeater book of that said repeater, and I'll take care of the rest.
Okay.
If it says all-star, you know what I mean?
Jason's a 2-meter guy, man.
I spend almost the entire day, every day, on a repeater or listening.
Wow.
I was
But not
testing
working.
I was testing my antenna, that J-pole.
Yeah.
And I talked to Jason that day. It was
Yep.
funny. It was the day before I did my filming, and the guy on the bicycle said he could barely hear me, but full quieting to you guys, right?
Yeah. Yep. And I also stream a repeater to Broadcastify, so I enjoy repeaters. There's a lot of good local guys.
Hmm.
You should be a little bit more
Right.
familiar, Mike.
A lot of interesting talk on that repeater sometimes.
That's for sure. Yeah, we have
Maybe
a
one day.
fairly legal, but it's fun.
All right, fellers. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Thank you all for being awesome. We will see you on the next one.
Yo.
Hi, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.